Do 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 do. How long does this fucking go for? Oh my fucking.
Bow! Hi guys, welcome to scary, big scary, big haboo, big scary guy, big scary. Ooh, the scary. Ooh, terrific night. Ooh, Ozolin. Oh yeah, today we're gonna be covering Ozolair. Oh yeah, today we're gonna guys, we're gonna Five Nights at Freddy. I love generic fight game and its new update. Let's get covering it. It's gonna be really fucking good, guys. It's gonna be absolutely pig-tastic. Skibidi-licious. Bro, what you say that, punk? What about Can you cut that shit out?
Yes! But I wanted something that was good! You useless fucking robot! I'm gonna fucking kill you! Would you look at that? A terrific night has fallen upon us again. And this time, it's even scarier than usual. We're gonna cover all... Oh, wait, hold on. There you go. But we're gonna be covering all the spooks and scares this update has to offer. So, let's begin! Uppercut is one of the 3 items added with the new heavy slot. When used, quickly get into a stance and punch upwards, dealing 17 damage and launching the enemy. After the enemy is hit, they'll lose 2 defense temporarily. Wind up punch is an item for the newly added heavy slot. When used, spin your arm twice and do a powerful slap forwards. This slap will deal 28 damage and stun any enemy that is under 85% health and has no armor. You will also gain free defense while this item is charging up. Plum Pie has been made into a new item for the heavy slot. When used, get into a stance and thrust the pie forwards, dealing 30 damage and blinding any opponent hit by it. Also, no, we still don't mention the other skin thing. We don't fucking mention that. Gladius is an item that takes up the melee slot. When used, swing the Gladius downwards, dealing 24 damage. Pressing Q with the Gladius will do a shield toggle. While the shield is up, you gain free defense at the cost of losing 4 walk speed. Pressing E with the Gladius will get you into a stance before doing a short-ranged kick forwards. This kick will knock back and deal 19 damage to anybody hit. If the player hit has under 20% health, they will be executed instantly. Mallet is a new item for the melee slot. When used, lift the mallet above your head and let it charge. When used while charging, swing the mallet down and deal between 25 to 38 damage depending how long the mallet was charged for. Jetpack is a new item for the misc slot. When used, fly up into the air. The amount of time you have to fly is dependent on how much fuel you have. While the jetpack is active, you will lose 10 defense. However, while it is active, you can also use other weapons and use Q and E to fly up and down.
Going up, however, increases the amount of fuel used. Taking 30 or more damage while the jetpack is active will make it malfunction, which will make you do a crash landing, dealing 80 damage and a massive explosion. Pickaxe is a new item for the melee slot. When used, swing the pickaxe downwards and deal 20 damage. Pressing Q with the pickaxe will launch a boulder forwards, which will deal 20 damage and stun any opponent hit by it for a short period of time. Pizza Fire is a new item for the range slot. When used, fire a slow-moving orange projectile forwards. When this projectile makes contact with any enemy, they will take 10 damage. If the enemy has no armor, their pizza meter will also be filled by 20%. If their pizza meter is fully filled, they will be disintegrated and turned into a pizza. This pizza can then be picked up to replenish 25 health. I meant 20 health! Hammer is a new item that has a 1 in 10 chance of replacing Sledgehammer. When used, leap forwards into the air and crash into the ground. When crashing into the ground, you will create an AoE around you. This AoE will deal 45 damage and knock back any opponent hit by it. If anybody were unlucky enough to be downed by this attack, they will be executed immediately.
It's time for war. Sharpen your axes, man of steel.
Inverter is a new item, has a 1 in 9 chance of replacing Retracer. When used, charge up a shot before firing a blue laser forwards. This laser will deal 25 damage and invert the controls of anybody hit by the laser for a short period of time. Zomburger is a new item for the misc slot that can only be used at 75 health or above. When used, consume the Zomburger, causing you to throw up onto the ground, which will down you in the process. However, when you get back up, you will become a zombie. While you are a zombie, you will gain 3 extra lives, along with being immune to the items that execute by freezing people solid or setting them ablaze. However, your stats will be altered if you are downed by these items that execute in these ways. Being frozen solid will increase your defense by 5. However, you will lose 10 shield, 2 walk speed, and have your attack multiplier lowered by 0.25 times. Being set ablaze will make you lose 5 defense and 25 health, but you will gain 2 extra walk speed. Fuse Bomb is a new item for the misc slot. When used, use your lighter to light up the bomb and throw it onto the ground. After 6 seconds, the bomb will explode in a large AoE. This AoE will deal 50 damage and give anyone downed by it. There is also a 1 in 99 chance that the bomb will be charged. This will double the bomb's damage and explosion radius. Grenade is a new item for the misc slot. When used, pull the pin from the grenade and throw it in an arc. When the grenade makes contact with any material, it will explode, dealing 35 damage at a small AoE. Anybody downed by this explosion will be gibbed instantly. Cryonade is a new item for the misc slot. When used, press the button on top of the cryonade and throw it in an arc. When it hits any surface, it will cause an icy explosion, which will deal 20 damage, freeze, knock back, and lower the heat of anybody hit by it. If someone were to get downed by the cryonade's icy explosion, they will be frozen solid and executed. Star is a new item, has a 1 in 30 chance of replacing Rage Potion. When used, flash Rainbow for 30 seconds. While you are flashing Rainbow, you will get a massive walk speed boost, a 0.25 damage increase, and you'll become invincible to all damage. However, after the 30 seconds, you will fall over and self-destruct, dealing 50 damage to anybody caught in the blast, and evaporating anyone downed by it. Ah, ha, ha. Here we are again. This absolute void of a map. Well, yeah. We know who's here. We don't have to say it, do we? But I'm gonna explain it anyways. So, my good friend Ozolin, he spawns on this map about every 15 to 17 minutes. And you know when he spawns when red lightning, it strikes. And then what you gotta do is you gotta absorb it. And then you become Ozolin. Or don't. It's completely up to RNG where it spawns. It just depends, really. So, yeah, let's... Pressing left mouse button of Ozolin will let you do a slash horizontally. This slash will deal 60 damage and behead anybody downed by it. When someone is beheaded, you will heal for 12 HP and 8 armor. Pressing E with Ozolin will make you raise your left arm and summon an eye in your palm. This eye will then summon 4 AoE blasts. Each blast does 20 damage and heals you for half the damage dealt. This move will also give any player downed by it. Pressing Q with Ozolin will make you raise your sword and smite it with red lightning. This will then triple any damage you deal for 8 seconds. Pressing F with Ozolin will make you jump into the air and land down with a stomp. This stomp will knock back anybody hit by it in an AoE, healing you for 90 HP in the process. However, if anybody is caught in the center of the AoE, they will also take 60 damage, which will heal you an extra 90 HP on top of the HP you gain from the knockback. Anybody downed by the 20 damage will be gift or something, I don't fucking know. Pressing R with Ozolin will make you raise your arms and then scream boo. Any player around you when you say boo will have their inventory temporarily locked, along with having lowered walk speed and -5 defense for 5 seconds. Ozolin's first passive is Nowhere to Run. Nowhere to Run will take the form of a large circle around Ozolin. Anybody outside of this circle will take 5 damage periodically and give them if they were downed by the damage tick. Ozolin's second passive is Decomposition. Decomposition is activated when Ozolin doesn't kill any player for 15 seconds. While active, Ozolin will take 2 damage rapidly until he gets another kill. Ozolin's final passive is Bloodlust. Bloodlust is activated when Ozolin has exactly 45 seconds left before his time is up. When activated, you have a red lightning aura around you. This aura will give you a large walk speed boost and also a 0.25 times damage increase to all your attacks. If Ozolin is defeated, he will fall onto his knees and explode, giving all players who are not Ozolin the Ozolin defeated badge. However, if you win as Ozolin, he will smite down all the players and give the player who was Ozolin the Ozolin victory badge, before Ozolin will teleport away. Patient Zero's passive is ever evolving. Ever evolving makes it so where anytime Patient Zero successfully gets a kill, he will gain a stat increase. This stat increase only goes up to the maximum of 17 kills. Phase 1 is active when you have got 0 to 4 kills as Patient Zero. In this phase you only have access to one move, that being Zombie Claws. When you use Zombie Claws, you will claw forwards, dealing 22 damage and healing you for 7 HP. If you down someone with the Zombie Claws, they will become infected. Infected players are only equipped with Zombie Claws and unable to hit you and any other infected player. Infecting a player will count as a kill, and killing Patient Zero in this phase will award the Zombie Slayer badge. Phase 2 is active when you have got 5 to 16 kills as Patient Zero. In this phase you will have 1+ defense and gain 2 new abilities. The first one of these abilities is Lunge. When Lunge is used, do a large bite forwards, dealing 50 damage and healing 30 HP for every player hit by it. Any player downed by the Lunge will also be infected. The second one of these abilities is the Zombie Spit. When the Zombie Spit is used, pull your head back before spitting out a glob of toxic goo that will explode upon hitting any surface. The explosion caused by the glob will deal 19 damage to anyone hit. Phase 3 is active when you have reached your full potential at 17 kills. You will also gain the Spreading Like Wildfire badge when this phase is reached. In this phase you will gain 1+ defense, have your Zombie Claws upgraded, have your Lunge's bite distance upgraded, and also gain a new ability. Now when you use Zombie Claws, you will use your claws at full force, and create a red slash in front of you, dealing 35 damage, applying 10 ticks of bleed, and healing you for 30 HP. The new ability you gain is called Zombie Charge. When Zombie Charge is used, you will charge with your shoulder, dealing 18 damage to anyone hit while also launching them up into the air.